What's happening, everybody? Good day. Kind of laid low Sunday. We had some real bad weather, so I just stayed in the house and snuggled with my wife, and we just hung out. I didn't do a lot yesterday, and going through some really interesting articles today. I was really like, whoa, thrown back. Now I just looked at the articles. I haven't read anything about them, so we're gonna do this together. Here we go. January 16th, Senator Marshall releases documents that prove Dr. Fauci lied about his previously unpublished income. Let's look at this and see what this. Excuse me. Whoop, whoop. All right, here we go. I was burp. All right. Fauci was not forthright when he claimed that his financials were widely available. Dr. Fauci may be hiding his financials because of potential multi-billion dollar royalties he's received over the years on on the stuff that he's trying to produce to put in your arm that's killing people. We don't know what that is, but anyway. Fauci was questioned under oath by U.S. Senator Roger Marshall. One topic regarded Fauci's income and financial conflict disclosures. This is a video right here, and I'll do my best to edit some of this stuff together. Some of this stuff works for me, some of it doesn't. So just bear with me. If nothing else, there'll be a link in the description so you can actually see the video. But I'll work for it and see what happens. The Open Books organizations has been instrumental in investigating information on Fauci's big salary because he's just killing it. For somebody that's failing miserably at his job, he sure is making a lot of money. Let's see here. Open the Book CEO founder Adam Andrzejewski joined the national desk last night to discuss Dr. Fauci and his financial disclosures. The doctor claims these documents are open to the public when it's in reality his financials are not available at all. And Andrzejewski says that Dr. Fauci's claims that his financials are available are just not true. On Saturday, Senator Roger Marshall released evidence that Dr. Tony Fauci was lying under oath about his finances. And it says here, Fauci previously unpublished financial disclosures from the National Institute of Health, the NIH. The NIH released documents to Senator Marshall after a help hearing earlier this week where Fauci misled the American people and said, my financial disclosures are public knowledge and have been so. It is. Oh, I'll be right back. Got customers. And we're back. And we were on I had a bunch of customers just came in here, so I had to stop right quick to get back to this. So, we were talking about Dr. Death, Fanthony Fauci. He's going to be in a lot of trouble pretty soon. See here, just to skim back through some of the stuff we're talking about. Senator Marshall sent a letter to Dr. Fauci, formally requesting his unredacted financial disclosures by 5 p.m. Friday, January 14th, which was this past Friday. In response, Dr. Fauci produced these previously unpublished documents. Well, I won't read through all that. I'll let you look at the article. So we'll move on to something else right quick. This is pretty amazing, but also sad at the same time because I can see I don't know. We're going to read this. I haven't read this article, but let's see how this rolls. Police turned out thousands of attendees away from President Trump's rally in Arizona. There's no more room, they stated. A Trump supporter reported last night from Arizona at President Trump's rally. This is one of the largest event centers in Arizona, and it's full. And it looks, this is why I say it's good and bad at the same time because it's a really cool turnout for people to be there. And so Arizona, and it's full. And look at the cars waiting on the lanes of traffic, and then look at the ones over here. The guys, this is a quote. And so, pretty cool. There's a video. I'll try my best to get it to load, but it was just, I guess, at capacity. They couldn't hold any more people. And it was a large, huge place to make that happen. So that's a really good sign on our side for the movement. Here we go. It's a good thing that the people on the left and Democrats aren't totally messing around with underage children and or trafficking them, or even like approval of it or making sure that it keeps going. I could be wrong though. Ralph Northam pardons Democrat state senator jailed for underage sex crimes in his final act as Virginia governor. Now, Ralph Northam was one of the governors that we know that was seen in blackface multiple times. Governor Blackfaced Klansman Ralph Northam pardoned a Democrat who was jailed for underage sex crimes in his final act as Virginia governor. Northam pardoned Democrat State Senator Joe Morrissey, who was charged with having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old law firm receptionist. In 2014, Morrissey, who was 57 years old at the time, was sentenced to 12 months in jail for engaging in sex acts with a 17-year-old. So, how about that, you predator? Ain't that something else? 57 years old. I mean, that's not even like, I'm 40. And so when you I'm not even that old. When you get around younger females, there's just a total separation in mindset and ideas and talk. Your talk is totally different. So anybody that could be with somebody that young is a serious predator. It's not a love thing. There's no like numbers don't matter. No, that numbers do matter. That's a number that matters right there. That's huge, man. That's a 40-year difference. But then again, you also got to remember that these people are geared towards manipulation and this kind of behavior. So Morrissey married his receptionist after she turned 18, and now they have four. That just okay. Well, something that's just weird. So he pardoned that fella, said it was all right. We're good to go, rock and roll. So you can read about that some more. That's disappointing. It's not normal to be that way. Looks like there was a little bit of trouble at the recent Trump rally. Had a demonstrator for, looks like a Biden supporter. Yeah, that's not good. There's always one. Lonely Joe Biden supporter in mask gets cuffed, arrested, and removed from Trump AZ rally. And this is a prime example of how deranged the left is. The woman goes to a Trump rally, masks up, wearing a Biden shirt, gaslights everyone there, then kicks and screams when she's kicked out. Once again, not getting people's way. There's a video there. I'll link the description in the comments and do my best to get the video to load on this. It'll be a little bit of work, but we're going to see what happens. All right. New normal. This is the new normal, I reckon. Former Malaysian professional football player dies of heart attack 5 days after receiving the jab, the booster jab. Former Malaysian national football player Serbegith Shibi is the nickname. Sai died unexpectedly due to a heart attack while cycling in Sunway Iskandar and Johor Bahru, Malaysia, on January the 12th. That was just here, not recent. That was a few days ago. The 61-year-old player received his booster jab on January 7th. There is no information on which one of those jabberoos he got, but yep, pretty strange coincidence there. And 61, he's an older feller, but he's in pretty good shape. It's just awful coinky dinky there. So anyways, we'll look up something else here. So in Virginia, the new governor, that not the one that did the pardon for the blackface wearing feller, but the new governor who actually took the seat of a Democrat from 30 years in the office, this Republican governor, which could be a swampy dude, but at least he's doing this right here. Virginia Governor Youngkin responds to Northern Virginia school systems that refuse to get rid of the mask mandates. Yesterday, the new governor in Virginia signed an executive order eliminating mandatory face masks across the state, like most sane states have recently done. Now, North Carolina, we have a governor called Roy Cooper, and he is a retard. He's retarded. I can't help it. He was the gene sequencing that took place whenever the whole thing was mashed together when his parents were building him. Something messed up, and somehow or another he got in office. We had those crazy fax machines over here too. There's no chance of even having any kind of people checking over here because North Carolina is full of idiots. Not all of us. The ones watching, you're saved if you're watching this, but trust me, I work on these people's cars. I've got a wonderful base group of people. But however, you do have this. Yeah, and it's not their fault. This is, these people wouldn't be this way if they knew any better. So I won't hold it against them. Lots of love to anybody out there. Come on over to the right side. The water's nice. I'm telling you. Virginia's freshly inaugurated governor, Glenn Youngkin, orders removal of school masking across the state Saturday afternoon since the moment Arlington and Alexandria school systems have joined Fairfax County Public Schools in minding families that masking police policies remain in place. When I learned how to read, boy, I tell you what. So Youngkin's list of the day executive order to put power to decide if the students should wear a mask squarely into the hands of the parents across the state, which it should be. It should be. A child whose parent has elected that he or she is not subject to a mask mandate should not be required to wear a mask under any policy implemented by a teacher, school district, the Department of Education, or any other state authority, the order says. Less than 12 hours after Virginia's first Republican governor since 2009 entered office and signed those executive orders, Arlington Public Schools announced that their mask mandates are still in effect. No. Citing the state's bipartisan Senate Bill 1303, the school system said that the students would remain bound to mask requirements within their bounds. The bill signed into law early 2021 encourages in-person instruction using mitigation strategies provided by the Centers of Disease Control. These people, they can't even, don't get me started on the CDICCC crappy people. The strategies continue to include mask wearing for those ages 2 and up. Arlington Public Schools implemented our mask requirement this year prior to Governor Northam's K-12 mask mandate, and he will continue to make decisions to prioritize the health and safety well-being of the students and staff, allowing guidance of local national health professionals. Alexandria City Schools followed suit, saying they would also be keeping their mask requirements in place. Check this out. Governor Youngkin responded with the following. Exclusive. Governor Youngkin and Arlington school systems say it will require masks, despite Youngkin's orders saying that schools can't do that. He threatened to use state resources to force schools to comply, but we still don't know what that means exactly. Wow. You want to talk about, and the schools that my children are in right now are facing the same problem. They recently released the mask mandate. Now they've tried to implement it again. And it just looks like what you're looking at is the so-called 33% that likes the Biden. I think we see where they're at. I think we found where they're located and where they work. So anyways, lots of really good stuff that are going in our favor. And this is really good. A year after dropping MyPillow, Bed Bath & Beyond shutter 37 stores, lack of inventory, cost them $100 million. So how do you like that? You go woke, you go broke. I like Mike Lindell. I think he's a daggone good old dude, man. I think he's working hard for America. You can still contact Bed Bath. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. You can still contact Bed Bath & Beyond over here for their irrational decision. Bed Bath & Beyond removed MyPillow products from its stores January 2021, according to CNN Business. At the time, it was because Mike Lindell questioned the validity of the 2020 people picking process. A year later, Bed Bath & Beyond is suffering. In their latest quarterly results, the retailer announced lack of inventory cost them $100 million. They could have stocked their shelves with MyPillow products, but they decided to get political. In a note to clients, Fathom said that Bed Bath & Beyond fundamentals are deteriorating amid choppy execution by management. Now, you got to remember, there's shareholders out there. You got a lot of people that's invested in Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'm going to tell you, man, the shareholders are going to be the ones to decide what happens. In the near term, Triton said that the supply chain headwinds will persist during a damper of future results. He's going direct to conservatives and passing the savings. So in other words, that's why a lot of these other people are talking about selling the Lindell products. Good for them, man. Great. I'm all about capitalism. And, if you want to sell merchandise to make some money, man, rock and roll with it. I'm just glad to see that these businesses are suffering. I'm not glad to see a business suffer, but it's sad that it has to come to that. But I'm glad that in a sense that we actually see it, what happens whenever you go woke. It's pretty daggone obvious. So, that pretty much covers a lot on the news for the day. And watching real close, I know Pennsylvania had things in works to do what they're supposed to do, and then you had really awful Democrats and really awful Republicans go in there and mess up the court hearing, put a stop to the people picking process, checking right now until they finalize everything. But I have confidence that things will work out. I also have confidence in just the way that things go in general. We might not win everything that we want. We might not get everything, but, the thing about it is we're putting up one heck of a good fight. There's a lot more of us than there are of them. And the world is waking up slowly. And to see what happens over there with the Bed Bath & Beyond is a really good example of what happens whenever you decide to get into people's business that you shouldn't be in. They need to stick to selling bath products instead of trying to produce a narrative. I think that would have really made a big difference. Um, I'm doing a narrative out here, but I'm open. Our narrative is awesome too, by the way. So anyhow, this video is probably going to get really long, and I really hope that people enjoy it. I want to bring you more news about what's happening in our selection checking. I'm pushing really hard, doing emails, doing calls to all the states when I can, which I do pretty regular. So anyhow, got to get back to work in here. Want to let people know about the Fox and Archibald show on This Way Network and Devoted Patriots. Shannon, he's a good dude. We're a team. There's also other members of. I'm a member of a team. I'm a team with a team, and these people are really getting a lot done. A lot of really good things happening behind the scenes that's never happened before. So that's a really good sign. Man, y'all, the world is beautiful, and people are so lovely. So don't let the psyop get you. Keep the fight up really hard, and God bless America, and God is in control. Bye.